Hello, and welcome to this series I've so creatively named Rags to Riches. We're starting out a new game on Farming Simulator 25, and we're setting start from scratch, 100,000 euros as start money and the same amount as starting loan. And this is just so that we can break even these values once we start. I will then use power tools to set our starting money to 5,000 euros. For difficulty, we're going with normal. No starting farm, no guide. You also saw the mods that I've activated. Nothing crazy, just some basic things that will make us have a better experience. Okay, so here's our character for this playthrough. Classic Volvo mechanic outfit. I think we've got quite a bit of gameplay before we can afford a Volvo of any kind, but hey, can't keep a man from dreaming, right? So into the game, we're starting with buying a chainsaw. Husqvarna, obviously, it's the only brand for a Swede. We start the game with 5,000 euros, no loans, no properties, no equipment. The idea is we're going to start out working deadwood contracts until we can afford some kind of equipment. Hey, Grandpa. So no contracts available. We're getting some sleep until next month and check again. All right, we've got ourselves a contract working for Noah. Let's see where we're going. Okay, so it's just down the fields from where we are. Hit visit and let's go. This is going to be a really tedious first year, but hopefully you'll bear with me through this. All right, now where are those deadwood trees? One down. It looks like we've got 9 to go. This really is one of the most boring parts of this game, looking for deadwood. But there's really not much else for us to do this early in-game to earn money when we have nothing. I guess we could have started out with, a piece of land and machinery, but hey, I thought this would be a real start from scratch. We're just a dude who managed to save his social welfare checks up to 5,000 euros, bought a chainsaw, and got cracking. So I'm really sorry about this, but still, I ain't. Because somehow I didn't get the recording of me cutting down a bunch of trees, and there's gameplay missing for a couple of months where I just do deadwood contracts. I don't think you'll be too upset about that, actually. In fact, I'm going to time-lapse a lot of them from now on. As you can see, we're now up to 7,250 euros, which still isn't much, so more deadwood it is. Alright, there's the last tree. This was a massive contract in a hard area to spot the deadwood trees. Let's see what we get. Okay, 1650, not too bad. Quite the realistic monthly income for this guy is my feeling. Let's see. No more contracts available today. So we're heading back to get some sleep and pass the time. Perhaps we'll have some luck next month. Let's check. Too bad we have no money. I should probably mention I'm really new to Farming Simulator. I have a save game with a couple of hours in it, and I've never tried any of this machinery. I have no idea what they're good for, but I'll guess we'll find out eventually. Now, let's find a new contract. There we go, Noah has one, offering a whopping 1,350 euros for clearing 9 trees. Think, I do get the feeling this is your market, and you get to price this however you see fit. But I guess that's how the world works. Last tree. Let's cash this out and see where we land. Okay, so we're up to 10,250 euros. That's actually twice the money we started out with. and this is only in, let's see, 7 months. This will take a while. I wonder if, yeah, over here. This is actually the plot where I started my first game. I barely remember how it looked since I cut everything down and plowed it. It's a nice looking plot, but it's too expensive. I think it cost 46,000, and we have plots that are cheaper than that on this map. The cheapest one is mid-20s, I think. Let's see. No more contracts. Let's get some rest and try again next month. Now, let's open up the menu. A Volvo. Too bad we can't afford it. Good stuff in here today, but this won't help us right now. Let's find another contract. There's the last tree for this contract. Let's cut it down. Now, let's see what we got. 11,600. That's nice. We can almost afford one of the smaller trucks. Let's get in and see if we have any more contracts available right away. Nothing. Let's get some rest, and hopefully we can get another contract tomorrow. This will probably be the last contract before we can buy our first vehicle. Okay, the last tree. This is getting quite repetitive and boring, to be honest. The deadwood trees are incredibly hard to find in pine forests, but at least this should give us enough money to buy something fun. Let's see what we got. 12,650 euros. Perhaps there is a small tractor. I really doubt it, and no, it does not look like it. Let's check some other categories. I'm looking for something cheap that can be used to transport as much as possible, but I don't really know what. In the end, I came to the conclusion that this RTV is probably the best option for me right now. It also has the option to mount a 3-point to the rear, which will be quite fun if we could use that to, say, a winch or something. But for now, we're keeping it as is. We don't really have the money for anything fancy. It does have straps, which might come in handy. If we could sell the deadwood we cut down, that's a possible boost in income. There we go, our first machine. Let's go. Wow, this is actually quite fun. Practical little vehicle. My guess is totally underrated, unless you're trying out something like this gameplay. Anyways, let's find another contract. So I've seen some crazy things, and I do have to try this out to see if we can get some extra cash for the wood if we sell it. It might not work. It might become totally undrivable, but I hope not. A trick I learned by reading on some Facebook comments was that the tree is supposed to fall the way that you cut it with the chainsaw. So far this seems to be right so in turning it. If we're really lucky, we might just. There we go, strap it, and off we go. Oh my, this is really wobbly. I think we'll just stop here and let's cut the branches off. It seems to be that we get more money if the wood is cleaned of from these branches. Now let us drive over to the paper mill and see what we get. If I'm not mistaken, it should be about right up here. Yeah, there it is. Paper factory, let's go. Good thing these power lines don't have any clipping. That would make this trip harder than it already is. Now, let's just park up in the marked area and let's see, do we got the entire tree in here? All right, let's see what we get. €57. Well, that ain't worth it. Let's go back and cut one tree up and see if we can get more that way. So we're back at the paper factory, and let's see if we can't get a little bit more money for this cut-up deadwood. 122. All right, that ain't bad when we're this close to the site. But yeah, I think it will be too time-consuming to keep this up compared to just grinding the job of cutting the trees down. If anyone has a better way to find profit in deadwood, please let me know in the comments. I do believe that once we have our own sawmill, we should be able to feed them to it. But for now, I'll just complete the contract, and perhaps we'll drag some logs over here again. Okay, well I did end up taking 2 of the trees with me, just because I could. As you might have seen, the RTV did not agree with me. It was shaking from fear of what was about to happen to it, but I'm proud of it. She got us where we needed to go, and whoops, that was something else. Let's sell it quick. Before everything just totally glitches out and away from us. There we go, another 276 euros. Actually, that is okay considering how close the Deadwood site is to the paper factory, but as I said before, I might not have the energy to do this if the distance is too far. There we go. With the contract completed, we're up to 2,006 euros, but that's not all. We also have this amazing utility vehicle, and I've got a good feeling about this. Thank you for watching the first episode of Rags to Riches with me. Please like and subscribe if you want part 2. I know the forestry grinding is a bit slow, but hopefully we'll soon afford some land or equipment to do something more lucrative. Until then, thank you so much and have a nice day.